In this tutorial, we are going to be looking at the use of terrain to gain an advantage over our enemy and limit our exposure to return fire. The first thing we need to cover is knowing your mech and the physical location of your hardpoints. This will determine how you want to use the terrain in a combat situation. In this example, we have two heavies, a Cataphract and a Jaeger mech trying to peek over a hill. Because the Jaeger mech has its hardpoints mounted high on its arms, it can achieve a line of fire while only exposing the top portion of its torso, compared to the Cataphract that has to continue forward until its entire torso is exposed in order to be able to use the weapons on its low-slung arms. This is what makes mechs such as the Jaeger mech and Stalker so good at ridge peeking. The opposite is true when it comes to corner peeking. Because the Cataphract has the majority of its hardpoints in the right arm and right torso, it can peek around a corner with only showing half of its profile. Here's an example in action. The Cataphract is able to use its large lasers, while the direwolf is unable to return fire because its low-slung arms means its weapons hit the bridge. Next is using terrain to limit our exposure to enemy fire in both the horizontal and vertical plane. In this example, our friendly Timberwolf is caught in a 2v1 situation. Instead of standing out in the open, he moves back and to his left, granting him cover from the enemy direwolf. This turns the fight into a much more manageable 1v1 between the two Timberwolves. This next example shows how to apply this logic on the vertical plane. Here, our friendly Timberwolf has the elevation advantage. By positioning himself correctly on the platform above, he is able to keep himself out of the firing line of the enemy Timberwolf. You can also use the enemy's own mechs for cover. In this example, our friendly direwolf has positioned himself so that the enemy Timberwolf is blocking the shot of his ally. And finally, we can use these techniques in order to create a kill zone on a choke point. By placing mechs on either side of a passageway, we can make it so the enemy is forced into a 2v1 situation. Even if the enemy chooses to push towards one of our mechs, the other is ready to swing in behind. Thank you for watching this tutorial. Good hunting.